Welcome back to the Fishing Doctor's Adventures. Today we're out on the lake up here in Alberta, Canada. Today we're using the bait buttons. Gonna try this out for the first time. Gonna see how it works to hold on the leeches. We're gonna be using a jig and a plain hook setup going after walleye and perch. So I'm gonna be showing you how to set these up so your bait doesn't come off, since you have barbless hooks up here, which can lead to you losing your bait easier than you would otherwise with a barb. So let's give this a try to keep our bait on and in place so we can give the best presentation possible. One tip I have is if you live on a lake with lots of little leeches under the rock, it's a good thing to go ahead and get some of those smaller leeches. They work great for the perch in the lake, the smaller leeches like that. How I like to hook it is just through the sucker and then once back through the body, not taking much of it so that the bait is actually very active, so that it kind of sticks straight out like that off the jig. So now you see it would slip right off very easy, but we have this nice little bait button device. We just shake it down, one falls into place, and you just put the hook right through that bait button, and it's gonna hold your leech in place just like that. So now we have the bait button on place with our leech. We'll put one on the other side. Let's cast this out, see how long it takes to hook us up a fish. We're working this little bit of a structure. It's a little bit of a drop off here, so I'm gonna drag it up this drop off. Now with this rig, I have a weight on the bottom, a single hook, about 8 inches, 12 inches off the bottom, and then another 6 inches up I have a Real Baits walleye flasher, small one, to attract in the fish, and sometimes a more subtle presentation on the bottom, which is just a snell hook with the leech, which fish will take when they're a little bit more fussy. So this is a good presentation if you're just fishing for perch or walleye, and you have a clean bottom, so you're not worried about getting it all fouled up in the weeds. You cast it out, you bounce it in about a couple feet, then you let it sit still, and then you repeat it. You bounce it in a couple feet, and then you let it sit still, and you usually get the hits. After you pull it and let it sit still, then you'll feel the hits. There we go. Got our first one. This is a perch, hooked on first cast. That worked great. Oh, it's a beauty perch. Look at that beautiful perch. And I want to show you something. Usually these leeches go flying when you catch the perch, right? But with that bait button on, it kept the leech right in place, so we can go back and use that same leech again. So it saves us some time. Beautiful perch there, probably 10-inch perch. I'm gonna keep that one for dinner. Now a good thing to remember about this rig is you wanna keep the hooks as horizontal as possible. That way the presentation looks natural, you know. Fish, leeches, everything swims horizontal. So you want it to look like that in the water column to increase your odds of actually catching something. So we have our bait cast out there, we'll let it set down to the bottom. This is our second cast out here. Let's see if we nail something again. Got another one. This is a nice perch again. Feels like a good one this time. This feels like a little bit bigger one. Whoa, look at that perch. That's a huge perch. That's almost a 12-incher right there. That probably is a 12-inch perch. Caught again on the bait button with the leech in play. Look at that perch. That's a monster. That's a 12-inch summer perch. Of course, it doesn't have the fat belly like they do in the winter, so it doesn't look as big. But that's definitely a good 12-incher. That's caught with the bait buttons, just on a plain leech and jig. That's about 12 inches off the bottom. Look at that fish. That's what you can catch if you come out here, use some bait buttons and leeches. Let's put that one in the bucket, we'll eat him later. And as that weight comes in, jumping, it stirs up the mud, so that those perch have a trail of mud. There we go. Oh, it came off. Those perch have a trail of mud to actually follow as they're coming in. There we go. There we got him. They got this one. Feels like another nice one. Oh, it came off right at the boat. That's the one downfall of the barbless hooks with perch fishing. Even though you have the pressure on, sometimes they get off because they do so much squirming on the way up. There we go, we got a good one. This is a good one. Whoa, that's a big perch. That's a nice fat perch. That's about 11-incher right there. That's a fat one. All of them are coming on that single snelled hook. The more subtle presentation with the leech holding horizontally, with the bait button holding it in place. We have the more colorful jig up top, but this one with the single snelled hook and the leech is catching all of them. They're beautiful perch right there. Check that one out. And these leeches are actually lasting much longer with these bait buttons holding them on. Usually, you know, one fish, these small leeches will come off. Oh, there we got another one. Hooked up with another nice perch. Oh, that's a big one. That's a huge perch. Well, that's another 12-incher there. That's another jumbo perch right there, man. That is an honest 12-inch perch right there. That is a beautiful perch. There we go, another nice perch. There's another nice perch here. Woo! That's a beauty right there. That's a big one. They're all coming on that lower hook today with that single hook and leech. That is a beauty perch right there. That's it. That is a nice one. So if you're into catching some of these beautiful summertime perch, then go ahead, get yourself some bait buttons, prevent them from stealing your bait like they always do. That jig method with the weight on the bottom, 2 hooks above, flash your jig above, a simple snell hook below, really will bring the fish in and hit those subtle biters when they're a little bit more fussy with that simple leech and a bait button on a snelled hook. Produced every single one of these fish. None of them hit that flash your jig above. They're all hitting that simple hook below with the simple leech, doing a little action. Remember, if you're at a lake, you can find these leeches under the rocks along the shore. The little ones, you know, 1 to 2 inches, work great. They do a lot of action, bring in a lot of nice perch just like these. So get out there today or tomorrow, get yourself some beautiful perch like this and enjoy a nice summer meal.